welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a liquid lipstick swatch video. I just got home from work today. I tried to keep my makeup very minimal because I knew I'd be coming home to do this and I didn't want to take my makeup off and then have to put it back on. So I do have very minimal eye makeup on, I mean for me anyway. Just very neutral browns in the crease of my eye and some eyelashes. I was wearing liquid lipstick earlier today for work, and when I just came home I took it off and then I put some of just this Dior balm on my lips. Guys, everything I talk about today will be linked in the description box below. Just click on show more to see it, or if you're on a mobile device, click on the little arrow next to the title of this video and it will drop down. Before we get into the lip swatches, I just wanted to give you a few tips and tricks to wearing any kind of bright lipstick. I mean, actually any lipstick, light, dark, bright, anything like that. This will really help ensure a beautiful wear. So first is, I recommend that you brush the living bejesus out of your teeth. If your teeth are kind of dingy looking, lipstick can draw attention to them and make them look even more yellow. So there are tons of good teeth whitening on the market. I can do a whole video on what I do if you're interested. Just comment down below and I'll do a whole separate video on that. But there's like Crest White strips, and I personally use something called Smile Brilliant, and they're custom trays that you ship out. You know, they ship you and then you make the molds and you ship back to them and they ship back to you custom molds with syringes of basically bleach. That's important to start off with before you put any lipstick on your lips. Next step is to exfoliate your lips. This is because if you have uneven surface on your lips, with liquid lipstick especially, they will cling to that material and then look flaky and patchy on your lips, and that's not the look that you're going to be going for. Well, not most of the time anyway. Since my bathrooms are super small, I will show you right here. First, what you want to do is wet your lips. So I'll just pat a little water on my lips like that. And today I'm going to use my Lush Bubblegum Lip Scrub because I love it. And this is what it looks like. I'm just going to take a little scoop out in my nail and I'm going to put that on my lips and rub in circular motions. Now I'm gonna go rinse them. I guess you could lick it off, but since it has dead skin on it from your lips, I wouldn't recommend it. Next, you're gonna wanna hydrate your lips. For that, I'm going to use my favorite chapstick on the face of the planet. This is the Creme de Rose Lip Balm by Dior. Now that I have my claws back on, I'm gonna use my knuckles so I don't get stuff under my nail. It's important to moisturize your lips and let that set in because liquid lipsticks are matte and they're very drying typically. So if you don't have any moisture on your lips and you just put them on and your lips were dry to begin with, it's going to be a very uncomfortable wear. I've been praying I'm going to have some skin left on my lips after I do this because I think I have about 37 shades to swatch. I just brought over my Stila, but if you can see behind me on my vanity, I have my Limecrime Velveteens, I have all the Anastasia Beverly Hills that I have, and then I have the Kat Von D Everlasting lipsticks. So ideally you would want to let the moisturizer set in a little longer than I am right now. Since I'm going to be taking this off a lot in between, my lips are probably gonna get extra red than they already are, and I'm gonna probably get a border. So after your lips are moisturized, it could be a good idea to go over your lips with foundation if you're going for a really nude lip. So what I would do is when I'm done, like while I'm doing my foundation, I just kind of go over my lips as well. And that way they're kind of matted out so you can overdraw your lips. It makes it easier, and if you're going to be wearing a really nude color, it will help make it true to color. Instead of like, I have really pigmented lips, when I put a nude color over mine, it sometimes doesn't look nude because how much color it's trying to cover up. Also, if your lips have fine lines and wrinkles in them and they're really prone to bleeding, what I would do is get something like this lip liner from OCC. It's called the Anti-Feathered Lip Liner, and basically this is just a wax pencil. And what you would do with this, instead of doing the typical lining on the inside of your lips and on the border, you would want to go on the outside border of your lips. And what this does is it creates basically like a wax dam. It makes it so nothing can go past that. So if you do get those feathery lines, this will be your best friend. Next, Next, I don't find I need to line my lips with liquid lipsticks, but I do, however, like to go in with one to really clean up that line and make it really nice and crisp. Your lip liner doesn't need to be an exact match for the color, but as close as you can get, and typically if it's going to be anything, it tends to look better if it's darker on the outside of your lips and lighter on the inside, so it kind of looks like a border or like an ombre. So go through your lip liners and find the shade that's the closest to the color that you're working with. And if all else fails, a lip liner that's the closest to your own natural lip shade won't fail. Another way to avoid bleeding and a really crisp line on your lips is to dust some translucent powder over your lips. My favorite for that is a Laura Mercier, and this is the translucent setting powder. And then I actually just use this Makeup Forever brush. This is the 152. It's just a little ball brush, but I like it because it really concentrates where I'm trying to go. And I will just dust that lightly over my lips before I go over with a color. With me, I have ready my Clinique Take the Day Off and lots of cotton rounds so I can easily remove these lipsticks. The chances of you seeing me get like cakey around here are probably high to very high. Friends, for those that are wondering how maybe the shade looks against my skin tone, in MAC Face and Body I am an N2. In MAC Studio Sculpt I am an NW20. In L'Oreal Magic Lumi I am an N3. In Chanel Foundation, I am a shade 30. In Tom Ford, I am a shade 03 Fawn. In NARS Sheer Glow, I'm shade Santa Fe. In Makeup Forever HD Foundation, I'm shade 125. In Bare Minerals, I am medium beige. In YSL, I am B30. And in Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, I am a shade 5. There, I think I've gotten like my favorite foundations out of the way. I would also like to say that when all of us YouTubers were filming, we are in front of typically fairly bright lighting, and that is so you can see the detail on our face. So I'll be the first to admit that some things that I put on in the camera, I'm like, once the lights are all off and I'm sitting in my living room, I'm like, that is not the most flattering. So please keep that in mind too, because I know like back in the day when I was watching all these videos and I would really admire someone's makeup, I would order the color based on how it looked on them, and then when I got it I'm like, why doesn't it look like that on me? So keep that in mind. I think it is a really great idea to never order a lipstick sight unseen. Just for me personally, I love to go to the store and swatch them on my hands because I found so many colors that either I would never wear, I didn't think, you know, just ordering them online, that I put on that I'm like, wow, I really love that. Or I've also had the opposite. I've had colors that I really admire on somebody else and I've gone to the store and swatched them. I'm like, whoa, no, I would never wear it. I know that my swatches leave something to be desired, guys. Really difficult to zoom in since the controls are on the other side of the camera. It autofocuses, so to zoom in, to do an up-close swatch, and then to zoom back and sit back down and make sure everything is framed correctly again, I'm gonna need to get a second camera that I can leave zoomed in where I'll do the swatches after, film those after I do the video, and then go back in and edit those back in. So it is a lot of work. So I'm working on that, and once I do, I'll let you guys know. So thanks for bearing with me on the interim. So keep in mind too, these would look a lot crisper if I was going in with that concealer and lining the border, but it's just, I have 37 to try on. That'll be way too much. The last color in each line I will allow to set and completely dry on my lips, and I will do a kiss test to show you if they are transfer proof. And at a later date, I will wear each one of the brands and I will do check-ins throughout the day. So let's start with Stila Stay All Day. I only have 5 of these. I don't know how many they have actually. Again, I will list all these below. So I'm gonna start with the lightest and go to the darkest. So that way if they start staining my lips darker colors, I got the lighter ones out. These ones have a somewhat pliable, this little applicator, if you can see here, is kind of like, it's easily flexed, and a little goes a long way with these. So this is Patina. Patina is described as a dusty rose. Out of all the liquid lipsticks I have, this is the closest color to my own lips. Next is Stila's Fior, and this is described as a hot pink. This one is Fior. So this next one is Aria, which is described as a magenta plum. These do take a little while to set, but I can tell you that these, out of all the liquid lipsticks I have, go on the most smooth. Easy to control, and they're not really dry. Liquid lipsticks too, it's not great when you constantly rub your lips together. Since they are matte, what they can do is start to stick to the other piece and then kind of rip off the top piece and get really patchy. Last two are both reds. Fiery is described as a deep red. This one is fiery. Beso is described as a true red, and this is Beso. Okay, so kiss test for the Stila Stay All Day. See my hands, nothing on them. Nothing. Really like the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipsticks. I find that they wear very comfortably. They can get dry, but it literally feels like nothing is on your lips. They can, when they start to wear off, they'll wear off right on the inside, but I eat with these, I drink with these. With a little problem. I don't get transfer around my face, which I really like. Keep in mind, if you stick a gloss on top of any of these, it changes the entire composition of the lipstick, so it's no longer going to be super long lasting. Anytime that there's wetness involved in anything, it fades that much quicker. Ugh, I already need a chapstick break. Next on to the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick. First up is Lolita. This is described as a dusty rose color. Next is Armageddon, which is described as a carnation pink. Okay, this is one of those examples of something I swatched on my hand that I probably should have put on my face because I likely won't be wearing this. Yikes. Maybe better for someone that's tanner than me? I don't know. Next is what I wore today, which is called Jeffrey, which is described as a hot pink. And this one is Jeffrey. One thing I will note about these is these can kind of go on a little streaky sometimes. Like it's really good to kind of work the brush in and make sure that you've evenly covered. But these do last a very long time and I really do like them. Next is Berlin. This shade is described as a warm rose. This is actually one of my favorite colors in her line. I just think it looks really good with a lot of people's skin tone. Again, this is Berlin. Next is Backstage Bambi, which is described as a vivid hot pink. Backstage Bambi. Next is Bachelorette, which is described as a dark reddish fuchsia. I really like this color too. This is the Bachelorette. Keep in mind also, if you put moisturizer on and then the liquid lipstick right on top, it is going to be transferring for a while because it's sliding on top of the moisturizer you have on your lips. That's why it's important to let it sit in and your lips kind of drink it in. Maybe put it on before you do your makeup. The last but not least in the Kat Von D line that I own is LUV. This is described as a rich velvet. And this one is LUV. So I'm just gonna let this set so I can show you. I'm only 12 in and my lips already hurt. Okay, so kiss test time. Back of my hand, and this is the Kat Von D Everlasting Lipstick. Nothing. These don't transfer and I really do like that about them. I've eaten with these and done a bunch of different things and the inside will start to wear away, but that's typical with any lipstick. I like these because you can build the color, like if it does start fading, you can put some more on in the inside there where it'll wear off and they don't start getting clumpy or flaky looking. So I really do like that about these. So I would highly recommend any of the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks. As I'm looking at my tray of Anastasia ones, I'm like, I experienced transfer with the Anastasia colors I have worn, mostly being Electric Coral and a few other of the really bright reddish orange shades. I think that's because I did put a moisturizer on underneath them. Yesterday when I was playing around, I mixed actually Lovely and Pure Hollywood together to get a lighter pink color on my lips, and I put translucent powder down first and then I put these on top with no moisturizer, and it lasted. It did not transfer. So that was the first time I wore these two. So maybe it's only certain colors that transfer, but I have experienced transfer with them. And like that Electric Coral did stay sticky throughout the day. Again, it could be because I had that moisturizer on underneath them. Actually missing 4. The other day I said I was only missing 2 and that was a lie. I didn't realize. I am missing American Doll because I already have quite a few reds, so I don't need that one and it'll just sit in here. I'm missing Baby Pink, which I might pick up now that I've seen the swatches again. I'm missing the Bambi that just came out, but after I just saw what I look like in Armageddon, girls, I do not think I'll be getting that because I see dead people with lipstick on that doesn't look good on them. And I'm also missing Milkshake because I think Milkshake is a little too pale for me. I just have no desire to get it, but I do have all the other colors. At the end of this video too, I will show you like the second to last color I will put on with a moisturizer, and let set, and then I'll kiss the back of my hand and show you the transfer that I experienced. And then I will powder my lips and put this last color on and let it set and then kiss to show you the difference it makes. First up is Pure Hollywood. Not gonna lie, I just looked for the description of what Pure Hollywood was from the website, and since they're sold out everywhere, I can't find it, so I don't know what they're calling this. I'm calling this a really light nude pink. Now, this is Pure Hollywood. I like to mix this with other colors because on its own, I do kind of think it's a little too nude for me. Next up is Lovely. This is also sold out online, which I don't like it that you can't see them when they're sold out because it doesn't give you the descriptions. So this is Lovely. Ooh, my lips are feeling it. Trying to make it so the all around them isn't so red from wiping. Next is Sweet Talker, which is described as a watermelon pink. Sweet Talker. Next is Party Pink, and this is described as a vivid blue pink. Party Pink. Next is Karina, which is described as a hot pink. Karina. Next is Retro Coral, which is described as a candy coral. Retro Coral. Next is Neon Coral, which is described as a bright sherbet orange. Neon Coral. Next is Electric Coral, which is described as an intense coral. And this is Electric Coral. This is one of my favorite colors out of the lime. Next color is Persimmon, which is a blood orange. The light corals and the light baby pinks seem to go on streaky, but the darker the pigment, this orange is not. Persimmon. Next is Spicy, which is described as a red orange. And this one is Spicy. I just gave my lips a break. I had to eat dinner. Keegan came home. Next is Bloodline. Bloodline is described as crimson. This one is Bloodline. At this point, my lips are burning. Like burning. Next is Vintage, described as a royal purple. Online, this color looks a lot more like a vivid purple, and on on me and not under these lights, it is a much deeper purple. I look like the Joker. Next is Heathers, which is described as a deep brick red. Heathers. Next is Vamp, which is described as a deep brown red. Vamp. Now I'm going to show you the two different methods. First, I'm going to take a little translucent powder, and now I have no moisturizer on my lips. I'm going to swirl my brush around in there, and I'm going to pat it over the top of my lips. Next is Sad Girl, which is one of my personal favorites out of this group. It is a beautiful reddish purple berry color with flecks of gold and pink glitter in it. I just love this color. So again, this is Sad Girl. This is sold out, so I don't have the description online for it. I'm gonna give this a couple minutes to set, and then I'm gonna do the kiss test with you. So remember, this is just with a translucent powder base and then the liquid lipstick on top. Today I did wear this. I just wore it for work actually, and I noticed that the inside of my lip really wore off where I was talking, and I didn't eat and I wasn't drinking, all just through speaking. Okay, so I have let this set, so let's do the kiss test. Both hands, nothing on them. Do you see that? Again on this one. Transfer. Yesterday I didn't experience any transfer when I used the powder, but that was also a different color. Typically lighter colors have smaller color molecules, and I know when hair that makes a big difference. That's why your reds bleed a lot, you know, versus light browns. So I'm assuming it's kind of the same for these. This one I've actually probably had on longer because I've been talking to you guys. Let me turn to the side so you can see. Do you see how my lips are kind of sticking together? These are very sticky. Maybe everyone else has had a different experience with them. While they remain sticky, the good news about that is it's relatively comfortable on your lips. It's not super drying. Like, I'm gonna try to do the Limecrime Velveteens today for you as well, but my lips are going to like hate me. Those are very dry. Those are hard to get off, but they last a very long time. Now let's do it with some moisturizer this time underneath. So I'm gonna take my Dior Creme de Rose. This is what I would recommend I do with if I'm wearing, not just trying them on and wiping them off. I wear this with every liquid lipstick. because I want my lips to stay moisturized underneath and not feel like the Sahara Desert is on them. Last but not least is Potion. Potion is described as a deep eggplant. Okay, so one coat of this is not enough. I don't know if you can tell from this, but it's kind of streaky, so I should have named this Goth. So again, I'm going to give this time to completely set. I have cleaned off the back of my hands so I can try the kiss test to see if they transfer for you guys. So I just watched a video on Facebook that my friend Agnes posted about animals that hate to be kissed. So it's been more than 2 minutes, which I think is a good amount of time to give this to set. Hands are blank, and this is Potion with a moisturizer underneath that. Now this is one you would need to line the outside of your lips with concealer or foundation, and definitely use a lip liner just to make it really crisp and clean. But I'm not doing that since it's just a multi-swatch. So hands, kiss test. Tons of transfer. I really enjoy all of Anastasia Beverly Hills products, and I did buy all those colors, so I do really enjoy the range of selection from there. I don't find them to be transfer free though. I do find them to remain sticky on your lips. Some of the lighter colors you do need, like, well, the lighter brighter, so like the light corals, the really light pinks, not so much the nude, but you do need to give a few coats of those to make sure that they're not streaky. Again, this is just my opinion, and I'm showing you guys putting them on so you know I'm not being biased about it. Next is a company that I love their liquid lipsticks. This is the brand Dose of Colors. Now, I only own this one currently because they're back ordered on all the other ones that I need in my life, and this is Bury Me. Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks go on very easily. They're nice and thick and kind of creamy. It's not difficult to control these. Once they set, I experience, you know, I've gone to dinner and out for drinks, and I haven't noticed them to budge very much. As always, the wettest part of your mouth is going to be where they fade first, and that tends to be right on that inside kiss part. Now for the kiss test. Both of my hands back. Mwah. No transfer. Well, that one I have a little faint. I think that was more of the inside of my lip, but it has not moved. This one I didn't have any transfer. Last brand I'm gonna show is Limecrime. First up is Cashmere. Cashmere is described as a soft grayish, which is supposed to be like a gray beige. I don't know what the heck I just scratched myself on my neck for, but I did. Very sensitive skin, so now it's like bright red. This is Cashmere. I really do like this color when you have like a different certain makeup scheme on. It's kind of like dead girl lips though. This is nice with MAC's Stone lip liner on there. These do smell like cake batter, and since I've just been scrubbing the crap out of my lips, these do provide a little bit of a tingle. I mean, now it's gone, but it was a little bit of a burning sensation at first. Next is Suede Berry, which is described as a strawberry red. So this is Suede Berry. Next is Pink Velvet, just described as the perfect pink. Pink Velvet. Next is Utopia, which is described as a vibrant orchid. Utopia. Next is Pansy, which is described as a rich velvety purple. Pansy. Next is Red Velvet, which is described as the reddest red. Red Velvet. Next is Wicked, which is described as a burgundy red. This color can go on a little streaky in spots as well, and you just need to go back through and touch it up. Again, this is Wicked. 2 more and my poor lips are done. I don't know if you can tell, this area is like bright red. Second to last is Salem, and this is described as a dark brown. I can't describe it any better than the inside of an M&M. We made it, we made it. Although my lips are probably gonna be bleeding in the morning. Last in my line of 30, this marks 37. I just tried on 37 liquid lipsticks. 38 actually, because I forgot the Dose of Colors one. This is Black Velvet. Now I will tell you this. Black is not as popular as a color as say red or pink, but for those that do like black lipstick, there's no beating this one. I mean, it's truly pigmented. It goes on, it's not patchy, it's not streaky. It will dry down, I mean, completely matte. I would use a black eyeliner to line my lips with this, and then again, go around the border with some foundation, and keep in mind my mouth wouldn't be this red, but this does make me look extra pale. But if I'm going to a concert or something, I mean a rock concert or even maybe a music festival, I would totally rock this. It does have to be done tastefully with a light eye, I think. You know, you really have to pick your focal point. Minimal makeup, definitely eyelashes because you want to balance out that heavy lip. But if you guys are interested in any certain color in particular, leave it in the comment section down below and I will do a look with it, so that way you can see exactly how I clean up the lines and what kind of eye makeup I pair it with. Otherwise, it's just way too much to go through each one and do the exact prep that I would do. Okay, so kiss test time. Back of my hands are clean, just so you make sure you see that I'm making contact with my hand. Velveteens literally will not move. This is what my mouth looks like right now after trying on 38 liquid lipsticks. Think it's red enough? Now I'm using my White Beauty. I just dusted some powder on so my face wasn't so red. I love this lip mask. It is kind of pricey, but I've had this forever, since the first version of it when the package was like this tin tube. And it's kind of like falling apart and shedding all over me. I'll get another one. I have the tinted one too, but I tried to line them up with all the brands. The darkest color was the last, so that way it was a fair kind of kiss off to see the difference on them. If you guys have experienced anything different with the Anastasia Beverly Hills and maybe I'm not putting them on right, just let me know in the comment section down below and I will give that a whirl. Like I said, I really do like the colors. The range is really nice, but I haven't experienced transfer proof. Like I said in my last video, when I tried to wipe my lips like this, I looked like Courtney Love. It was just kind of messy all over the place. When it comes to application and putting them on, I think the best out of the ones I have are the Stila, because those have a nice flexible tip and they go on very creamy and very kind of thick, which I like. However, when it comes to a range of selections for colors, Anastasia definitely wins there. When it comes to longevity of the lip, I will tell you that the two longest wearing, in my opinion, are the Kat Von D Everlasting Lipsticks and the Limecrime Velveteens. Also, the Dose of colors last a really, really long time too. They just don't have a huge range of selection for their colors, so I'm not going to really talk about those very much since I only currently have that one. I just want to say thanks again, guys. My last video, you guys gave me some great feedback and it's very kind of you. I definitely appreciate you all. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Feel free to request any videos that you're curious about and I will try to do the best I can to accommodate that. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comment section down below. If you have a liquid lipstick that you love that I did not show, please let me know. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.